Okay, so this is the presentation I was going to show at the UNA UK collaboration group yesterday, and I think it's better if I add some explanation by creating a video. So let's see how it goes. So what are we trying to enable UNA groups to do? We want them to collaborate, to develop ideas, plans, projects, events. We want them to be able to share resources, contacts, knowledge, any resources that they've gathered over the years or that they've found on the internet. So share links or share the actual resources. They should be able to inform each other and the public about various things, including their past events and activities, their forthcoming events and projects and so on, and of course about the United Nations itself. So what features would be useful in order to do this? Well, I think we need a discussion forum where people can discuss topics and different areas of interest and add comments and build up an online discussion of lots of different things which they find interesting. We might want to be able to plan projects. We discussed yesterday about having a website, a public-facing website, so we can communicate with the public. And there might be other things that you think we need as well, and I was going to discuss that yesterday, but obviously can't do that with this video. So let's go through them. A discussion forum. What features could they have? We could, and normally you would have to register in order to participate, although the forum could be public, or it might be private and hidden just to people who've registered, or there could be a mixture, so some could be public, some could be private. We want to be able to create topics to discuss, and then we want to, within those topics, there could be various aspects that we want to discuss. And then within those discussions, people should be able to add their own comments and build up an online conversation. People might want to get notified via email when comments are added to discussions of interest. People might want to be able to send messages to someone else without adding those to the discussion. And as I've said, we might want to be able to make topics or discussions private or have them public. There are many free discussion fora. I think that's the plural of forums. There's ProBoards, there's For4uMotion, there's BoardHost, there's Vanilla Forum where you have to download the source and host the forum yourself, and there are others. Project planning. Project planning is a normal tool in running a project on a business basis, and it lets you, for a given project, decide what tasks have to be achieved, decide who will achieve them, and in what order, and then plan it out according to date and keep a record and update that record and so on. It's a normal part of the system. So the features we might want are to see overview of various projects and the tasks associated. As I've said, who's going to do what and when. Prioritize those tasks. Record time spent. You might not want to do all of these things, but these are possible things that you might want. Change these things, change priorities. Problems about project planning. Most online systems cost money, and each person in a team who who uses the system has to pay. There are free systems, but they're limited. Trello, for example, is free, but it begins to cost $10 for each person for each month if you want more than 10 topics or boards. I mean, I guess you could get one project on a topic. I'm not sure. I haven't used Trello, so I don't know. So it's free for up to 10 topics or boards. However, for a free account, you cannot use the calendars or create tables or do other things. So for the details of the pricing available with Trello, see this link. Okay, so about the public-facing website, we want to use it to share resources with the public and with or with other UNA groups. We want to tell them about forthcoming events, projects, etc. As I say, this could be for either UNA groups or the public, depending how each page is set up. If it was just for UNA groups, then the page would be private. The system that I recommend to use is called WordPress. It's free, it's open source, you can download the source and create your own website, or they can host your website for you. It's used by 43% of the top 1 million websites. If WordPress hosts the site, then it's free. If you download the software and host it yourself, then you would need to pay for hosting. However, it could be cheap because I already have a system that hosts many other websites, so this would be part of it, and this new website would just need to provide a share of that cost. I recommend registering a domain and hosting it ourselves. And the reason is that if WordPress hosts it free, they don't provide all the possible options within the system. So it's far better to host it yourself. If you have a domain, and it makes it easy for the public and others to find the website, and the domain costs only £10 a year, so it's not a big problem. So that's the end of the presentation I was planning to show yesterday.